How did this rope move? How did the ottoman move, Shrimp? How'd that happen? She rescued a stray dog. Now her house is a cozy zoo of love. Jen still remembers the first time she saw Shrimp. Her heart ached, wondering where this little dog had come from and how she had ended up alone on those streets. Shrimp had been found as a stray, but there was something about her, so affectionate, so trusting, that it was clear she had once had a home, once had people who loved her. From a rescue called Wags and Walks in Los Angeles, 3 years ago, Jen and her husband adopted Shrimp. And if you're watching this story right now, feeling that connection to rescued animals, I'm noticing you haven't subscribed yet. That simple click helps us share more stories like Shrimp's. Will you join our family? Turn your volume up for what's coming next. Shrimp was severely underweight when she was rescued. Her ribs were visible, her energy was low, but the moment she stepped inside Jen's home, something just clicked. Shrimp adapted immediately, as if she already knew the routines and the life she was meant to have. She walked through the house with quiet confidence, then laid down on the couch as if she'd been doing it her entire life. But here's where things get interesting. Their home was already a mini zoo, and Shrimp was about to meet her new family, a family unlike any other. The newest addition before Shrimp was a bearded dragon named Fred Savage. He was quiet, calm, and wise, the gentleman of the house. Fred had his own personality and observed everything with curious eyes.
Now you might think a dog and a bearded dragon wouldn't get along, but Fred adored Shrimp from day one. Sometimes he would perch on her back, enjoying the warmth of her fur, and Shrimp didn't mind at all. Watching them together was like witnessing a friendship that shouldn't exist, but somehow made perfect sense. Then there was Wilbur, their other dog, who was almost 11 years old. In Jen's words, Wilbur was Shrimp's man. He hadn't chosen the title, but it fit perfectly. Whenever Shrimp wanted to show Wilbur love, she would walk right over and kiss his ears, showering him with affection. Wilbur would tolerate it with the patience of a saint. But wait, there's more. Fatloo, a rescued guinea pig around 5 years old, was Shrimp's best friend. Watching them together was pure delight. Shrimp, this 93-pound dog, treated Fatloo like an equal, playing gently as if they were the same size. Think about that. A dog who could easily harm a guinea pig instead chose gentleness. Fatloo wasn't afraid, running around Shrimp's paws, squeaking with joy. But Jen always kept an eye on him, just to be safe.
Come on, Wilbur. Are you girls hungry? Do you want some dinner? Fatloo. Shrimp herself was what Jen called a gentle giant. She had a strong, square head and a droopy lip that made her impossible not to notice. Sometimes they called her Moose because of that big, lovable face. At 93 pounds, she was small for a dog of her breed, yet she carried herself with gentle confidence. No, excuse me, no. When guests came over, it was always a scene. Wilbur would rush in first, demanding attention, but Shrimp would wait patiently, and the moment someone sat down, she made her move. She would climb into their lap, all 93 pounds of her, kiss their face, and make herself at home. There was no option to resist her warmth. Are you happy now? You're literally on top of me. At least once or twice a day, the family had salad time, and this is where things get truly special. Everyone participated. Dogs, guinea pig, even Fred the bearded dragon. They would all gather around, sharing fresh vegetables together like one big happy family. Jen saw it as completely normal, but visitors found it magical, watching animals of different species enjoying a meal side by side. Shrimp would munch on her greens, while Fatloo nibbled nearby, and Fred would snap up his pieces. All these creatures, with their different personalities, living in perfect harmony. It seemed impossible, yet it worked beautifully. Something about my breath, it smells like food. Jen remembered feeling nervous when they first brought Shrimp home. She worried whether their home could give her the right kind of life, whether she'd get along with the others.
But Shrimp turned out to be one of the happiest, most easygoing souls imaginable. She had a slightly goofy charm that won over everyone she met. Shrimp loved to mimic Jen. If Jen was putting on makeup, Shrimp would lean in close, watching as if waiting her turn. Jen would laugh and call her a pretty princess, and Shrimp would wag her entire body. While Shrimp loved the whole family, she was unmistakably a daddy's girl. She would sit and gaze into Jen's husband's eyes as if no one else existed. He was her favorite person without question. This is a very large dog in a very small spot. Go, just come on. Every day, Jen felt grateful for how these animals, each with their own story, had built a life together, and grateful for Shrimp, the stray who had walked into their home and made it complete. Because in the end, it wasn't about where they came from, it was about where they were now, together. Life with Shrimp and the others was full of little joys, watching Shrimp nuzzle Fatloo, seeing Wilbur tolerate her playful antics, or finding Fred perched on her back. These moments brought laughter, warmth, and family. Shrimp's ability to trust and bring happiness reminded Jen's family of the beauty in second chances. Every playtime, every cuddle, every shared meal was a lesson in love and compassion.
Shrimp had taught her family patience, empathy, and joy simply by being herself. And in return, Shrimp had a safe, loving home filled with people and animal friends who adored her. Stories like Shrimp's remind us that love has the power to heal and transform lives. If you're thinking about adopting a special animal, take the time to learn about their needs and be ready to give them your heart fully. When you do, you'll find a friendship that will last a lifetime. Share this story and let it inspire others to see the magic in rescued animals. HopeTails is built on real stories told with honesty and care. We honor the trusted sources behind each moment and bring them to life with music, images, and tender editing. Thank you for joining us here. Your support means so much, and we can't wait to share the next story with you. But before you go, do you believe some animals are just meant to find each other, or is it us who create those bonds?